那今天会请的嘉宾就是 True Beauty International 的总裁，那他姓 Susan， 所以今天都上节目来了。那我想True Beauty 呢，在很多的英988的听众朋友对你们来说是不会陌生的，因为常常听到他的名字，我们很多 VJ 都有提起过他。当然，他的宝号也在我们的 website 里面。那今天他会给我们聊什么呢？当然，今天会聊的就不太一样。那不是上一次我们聊到他的创业，这次聊就是有关现在在美容护肤美的这个市场里面，男孩子开始进军这样的市场。男孩子进入这样的市场里面，到底男孩子经营这样的市场，或者男顾客到底市场在不在？那欢迎您，如果是你有任何的问题的话，也可以开始把你的问题打在 chat box 里面，那跟我一起聊聊天。Well, tonight we have a guest, Susan from True Beauty, and why I changed my language because Susan wants to speak English. 喂，你可以講中文噶嘛？
我試下啦。
喂，你講廣東話咯。
我試下啦。
喂，大家都知道㗎，我主持廣東節目㗎。喂，你唔好餓我，你識講嘅。我哋成日見面咧係講廣東話嘅，佢唔好詐地，唔好詐地。喂，今日咧請你咧係因為阿爸揾嚟嘅。我知道咧Susan 咧今下晝佢探阿爸嘅媽咪。So how is it？ 因為我冇去啊，所以我今日好唔得閒啊。So what's going on？
She's in the ICU, and her condition is quite critical. So we must all pray for her. So we went there to pray for her restoration, pray for her to be well, and her desire is to quickly go home.
Oh.
And so
how do you know?
Nick. I was there with a friend, and we prayed for her.
Okay, so
and I
critical.
can see Nick is such a wonderful son. She's so blessed to have a son like Nick and the daughter-in-law Stephanie. They're such a wonderful couple.
Yes, I know. Oh, you met the daughter-in-law.
Yes, Stephanie.
This is the second
lovely
time.
lady.
The second time. Yes. Well, now today's Nick supposed. Why you speak English? No, today's Nick's supposed to interview Susan, and I think the perspective will be man's view on beauty, or on beauty. So, frankly speaking, to me, I had no problem for guys to go to beauty salon to do my treatments, all this. I have no problem with that. But do you foresee a lot of guys actually have difficulties, overcome themselves just to step into a salon?
Do you know, I've been in this industry for 15 years, and since 12 years ago, I would say yes, guys are coming for facials.
Is it getting more and more?
Yes, it is getting more and more, because guys need to look good as well. Especially all these professionals, they need to look good, and they need to have good skin, glowing skin, in order to go out there to meet people. So definitely they need to come for facials. And like our place, facial is not just facials. Our facials, actually, we are giving people good health at the same time, because our facial is a combination of not just facial alone, but we combine the East and the West, the East meet West, whereby we have what I learned. I was trained in Cambridge. We trained about the anatomy and the physiology, and then the way to do the facial is how to do the lymphatic drainage. But when I felt that that's not good enough, so actually I took up TCM. So after taking up TCM, we learned about the meridian, how to unblock the meridian in our body. If the meridian in our body is not flowing properly, then actually can cause the skin, the health, and when the health will actually reflect on the face. And when it reflects on the face, then you won't look so good. So when you don't look so good, so now what we do is that we have the East meet West, whereby not only do we do a lymphatic drainage, or the lymph nodes, we also activate all the acupoints. So certain acupoints that we activate when we unblock the acupoints, that will actually bring out it will enhance the good health, unblocking all the blockages. So at the same time, in doing so, it actually brings a glow to your skin. So it doesn't matter whether it's man or woman. As long as we all have skin, we need to do a facial. We need to look good.
I'm actually quite curious. Is there a difference between ladies and guys when facial is concerned?
Basically, not a lot of difference because you've got skin, I've got skin. So what we're doing is that we're actually nourishing the skin, and then we're basically feeding and nourishing the skin, and the skin become healthy skin. And when the skin becomes healthy skin, the skin's able to do its own job. It doesn't need you to do a lot of things to it. The only difference is when we're doing a facial, man got mustache ma, right? Not so. When we are doing the facial, it's the way we cleanse.
It's different.
Yes, slightly different. So
of course, no. This is understandable. If not, you will ouch,
so of course, we will also advise the guy friend, our guy clients, that when they come for facial, we would tell them please shave so that we can do a proper job. Right? So unless you tell me that you are growing a mustache, then of course we will work around it. We work around it, and we will also teach them how to look after their mustache, because the skin beneath the mustache can be dry. So we also have to teach them how to use toner, and then how to take care of it so that they won't have itchy skin. Because it can develop into dry skin.
Well, incidentally,
when you don't take care of it.
I just want to know what is a common skin problem Singaporean have?
Because of the weather here. Okay, because of the kind of weather that we have here, which is hot and humid, then naturally your skin tend to be more oily, and then because of the oiliness and because of the pollution out there, so the skin can become congested. And worse still, if you are putting on makeup, so when you put on powder, foundation and things like that, then naturally the skin get congested. And then what happens when it get congested? So that's when you get it, if it is not properly cleansed, then it can develop into pimples. And plus, because of the people, especially youngster, they sleep very late. So when they sleep very late, then for whatever reason, the oil glands that's around the nose area and this area tend to become oily. When this area is oily, then naturally
Hello， 大家好，我是歌手阿如娜，这里是英988。想知道阿如娜最多的歌曲吗？最新的歌曲一定要上英988，因为只有那里才会有。
Okay, we mentioned about Susan mentioned about the those youngsters that if they sleep very late, it tends to have this part.
Yes.
This part. It will secrete a lot of oil.
Yes. So
Good it's good. So I have no oil crisis.
yeah, in a way.
Yeah, in a way, alright. We were saying that because of the Singapore weather, it actually affects our skin.
Of course.
Which means, do you mean that a lot of people are quite oily skin?
Not exactly. There are people. When the oil glands is more active. It all depends on the diet as well. Okay, if your food, the food that you eat, you love fried food, oily food, and then you sleep late, and then the skin tend to be more oily because your oil gland become more active.
More oil inside.
Yes, correct. You also produce more oil on the face as well. You know?
Wait, just to ask you a question. Do you see going to salon for facial and for treatment is become a trend?
Oh yes, of course. In fact, more and more men, especially the professional ones, doctors, lawyers, all these people, they come for facial, of course, because like I say, they need to look good.
I thought the youngsters only.
Yes, youngsters, they come because they have got pimples and acne, but the older people, the older men, they need to look good. They need to get rid of the wrinkles. So the way that we're doing it, actually, we don't need to use anything that is invasive like AHA. We don't recommend that because that can be quite damaging to the skin because of the kind of weather we have. And then we wouldn't use. We don't believe in Botox because we would teach our clients how to activate certain acupoints, and by doing that, like I say, when you activate the acupoints, you get rid of the blockages, and then with the right kind of products, that's because the biotechnology and the product itself is very small size in small molecular size, so that it is able to penetrate into the skin, and when it penetrates into the skin, it's able to nourish and repair the skin. When it is able to nourish and repair the skin, so now the skin becomes healthy. So basically we just want to do that.
Oh, that's interesting. But of course, you mentioned about Botox, and nowadays, it is one of the in thing that a lot of people wanted to try. Which is I agreed, and well, I think you have a point. Become a trend. Now, one more thing. Since this is a trend that a lot of people go into, especially guys going into salon, do you think it is also a trend that a lot of guys become beautician?
Yeah, why not? There is a market for guys to become beautician.
But the question is, men's hand are 粗手粗腳.
Not necessary. Let me touch your hand.
No.
No, your hand is not 粗手
Of
粗
course,
腳.
why?
So it's
I
okay.
don't do a lot of things, right? Yeah. You know, today I was having my lunch. I
But
told
in
Marco.
fact, man's hand is more meaty.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you can make a space on the face. Oh, that feels good.
Oh, really?
Really.
No wonder ladies like guys who hold their face. Meaty, mama. No, people are asking me, Sherry, why your hand is so smooth? It's very simple. You just go for lunch, You know, when I take lunch this afternoon, Zining was here and Marco was here. So I just did that. Then Roger said, what do you take? Wait, where do you see? Then you see Zining and Marco will keep trying to sick then prepare this like that. Then he said, oh.
Oh, so that makes your hand smoother.
Yeah. The only thing is that you don't put into my mouth only. Okay, but but I understand that you also train beautician.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
I've
But
trained over the in the beauty industry, it's quite competitive, and people like to come and learn, and what they learn, they would go to different places to learn, and they feel that by going to different beauty salons to learn, and then they can later on come out and start their own business. Fine, if they can, why not? If they are good. We've trained many over the so many years.
Yes.
I would like to train a male one as well.
You mean never?
So far, not yet. Would you like to be the next?
Of course, yes. 報名. Hey, now, do you know why I say that? Because many years ago, I actually thought of that. Because to me, I feel that why not? It will be very, very therapeutic, and I feel that it is a very good way. Well, it is a skill.
But actually, do you know, under TCM, actually the yin and yang, it's better for a man to do facial for a lady, and for a lady to do facial for a man.
But that's very good, though.
Yeah, actually, it's good.
Is it?
Yes.
But in Singapore context, very difficult.
Why?
To let the male therapist or the beautician to do facial for ladies is almost difficult.
Maybe we should start that trend then.
My goodness, this is something very avant-garde, Very, very avant-garde. I think this is a good idea. Can think about it. No, I mean can think about it doing for a lady. But I think it's a good idea for others to learn. Yeah.
Sure, please come.
You need to learn all these things like that.
Oh, wow, this is great. This is fantastic. This is very good.
Really?
That's what you need to do, yes.
Yeah, come
correct.
on.
You mean manikam?
No, come on. But I realize that there are a lot of... How do you identify a good product?
Talking about products, very important that the product shouldn't have fragrance, no colorant, no preservatives, no alcohol, because all these chemicals actually is bad for the skin. So, but sometimes in order to sell a product, because the natural ingredient is actually quite smelly, okay, doesn't smell nice, so they have to put in the colorant in order to make it look so good, that people is attracted and want to buy that product. Because the natural ingredient, the color is actually brown, tea color, that sort of color. Okay, so it doesn't look attractive, and it's doesn't smell nice. So that's why they have to put in fragrance. But actually, all this, it's bad for the skin. The skin after it causes the skin to become sallow in color. And alcohol is not good. It kills the cells as well. And preservative, of course, we all know it's really bad for the skin. And actually, even though it's on the surface of the skin, it can't really penetrate. But it's not. It causes the skin to become rough. It causes the skin to become sallow in color tone. So those chemicals are not good. So long the products doesn't contain all these chemicals, that's not good. And then with the technology that's able to make the ingredient so small in size that it's able to penetrate into the skin. So most products out in the market, if you know products that contains that has ranges like you have oily skin, the range for sensitive skin, the range for normal skin, the range for dry skin. So they have to divide it because they into ranges like that because it cannot penetrate. So it basically serves to moisturize the skin on the surface of the skin. Okay, so that the dead skin is not rough, it's soft and supple. It's not able to penetrate into the base layer of the skin cells. Okay, so with the biotechnology that is quite advanced nowadays, so unless you buy something that's good, and it does, you see, like our skincare, like True Bio skincare, it doesn't have different ranges. The reason because it is skin food. It is meant to feed the skin. So we only have two range. Why two range? Basically, anyone can use both range. But we have one range that's called essential and the other one that's called phytobalancing. Okay, everyone can use essential. Even if you've got problem skin, you can use essential, but it's going to take a longer time for the skin to heal. So let's say for skin that's very sensitive and has got pimples and congested, then we would suggest that they use phytobalancing range, because the phytobalancing range has got an extra ingredient inside, phytosterol, which will help to balance the skin hormonal imbalance. It's plant hormones that's able to help the skin to balance itself. So with these two range, so even for a person whose skin is normal, also can use the phyto range, except that it is a bit more expensive because it gets absorbed into the skin, and the skin is very smart. Once you give it the ingredient that it needs, it's able to repair itself. It knows how to use it and where to use it.
Which means that you actually just supply the food and you expect the cell itself to do its own job.
Correct. Our body is very smart.
Yes.
Yeah, it will heal where it needs to.
I think this is the right way. Well, I think, wait. I'm about to ask you a question, but talk. I think I've forgotten. Possible. What's the question I want to ask you? 真係一陰功. I already forgotten, you know. It's okay lah. Come on. If the questions that I can forget, then it's not very essential. How you go? But I wanted to ask lah.
So what is it?
I can't remember. It just outslipped my mouth. Anyway, well, I can see you very often, so I even ask you. But the question you don't. Anyway, well, time's up. I have to say good night to Susan, and thanks for time all the way coming up to E988 just to share with us the very precious information.
Why don't you tell our audience that if they should call us, our number 6836 5775, okay, 6836 5775, and you mention E988, we will give you 50% off.
That is a lot, my goodness. Yeah. Okay, repeat the number again.
6836 5775.
Okay, now my dear friends, if you wanted to know more about the products and you want to go forward and ask, please call this number. Okay. Anyway, thanks Susan for coming all the way to E988 to be with us and share the precious experience. And hey, I have a scale.
Good night.
Good night. Bye bye.
Hope to hear from you soon.